Hello everyone, my name is Pavel. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Kebula, and we help companies to change their relationship to data. And today I will show you one concept. And a lot of times people are saying that the modern data stack is broken. And people are like, what do you mean? Well, let's take a look at it. If you think what has been done last 5-10 years with data, it's just astonishing. But, the number of data sources that we can analyze today just like skyrocketed, right? I remember 20 years ago when we started our first online business, search engine network, we actually had just our database as a data source, and still it was very hard to analyze. Today, the data started to be externalized in all of those SaaS applications, right? And that's first phenomenon. And the second is that our users actually start to be they just demand that everything is personalized to them. So as a result of that, and the cloud underlying that, the steps on the typical data journey are not only just like, let's ELT data to warehouse and then connect BI tool, but there is actually 14 different steps on the data journey, from integration to data warehousing to actually, doing transformations, orchestrating, then creating machine learning models, sharing data through data catalog, all the way to reverse ETL and automating the processes at the end. But what has happened with the tools? Well, the tools skyrocketed. So if I'm a person responsible for data, I cannot do it in one tool today. So I have to go and I have to take Fivetran for integrations. Then I have to put data into Snowflake, right, for warehousing. Then there's a dbt, and then you can go and there's the open lineage. Then there's everything. There's this and that market, right? And if I want to the relationships between them just start to be really, really, really difficult, and that's an issue. Because first of all, where is the governance, right? Second, it costs a lot, and it costs a lot of time to actually operate that. And it costs a lot of skills. So in order to operate this, you need to be really skilled. You need to know how to do DevOps. You need to know how to do engineering. You need to know how to work with data. So you need to be analyst, right? And you need to have a domain knowledge if you want to achieve something. That is a big issue. If we are gonna stay in this, we will not actually, take the advantage of the long-term use cases in business. We always say, well, the modern cloud allows us to actually, do more use cases. Yes, but for whom? So what we need to do, if we want to really do full digital transformation, yes, we need to, keep the cloud, and we need to, keep the tools that we love, right? We keep Snowflake, we need to keep dbt, we need to keep Fivetran, whatever, right? But what we need to change how we access them. We need to have a platform, and that's what we set up, by the way, to do at Kebula, right? We need to have a platform that if I want to do something, I want to integrate, right? I do it here, and I actually talk to the platform. It takes the extractors, and it takes the data, and then automatically puts them into Snowflake. But then if I want to do transformation using dbt, right, I just say that, a platform provides me with the tool, provides me with the data to the tool, the infrastructure needed, the EC2 servers, and then automatically warehouses the data back. If I want to work with Python, right, the platform provides me with the Jupyter notebook, again takes the data, which is already warehoused, I do something, brings the memory to it, and then, automatically warehouses that. If we do that, we have a full access control, right? We have a full governance of who did what, which means full observability, all the metadata, so we can actually do more stuff on top of that, and it's all automated. And there's one more bonus, because we actually decoupled the dependency on the infrastructure. We have the jobs, we can run the jobs in parallel. So we can save a lot of money. And not only that, we actually can have the real financial operations for our financial department. So everybody can now know how much each pipeline costs. What is the ROI on the use case? Who did it? Who cost so much money, right? And that is how you change the relationship of financial people in your organization to data, because they will know how much it costs. And that is how you change, by decoupling that, how many use cases you can do in your organization and who can really do that. And you can realize the power of long tail. So if you want to know more, come to kebula.com and have a great day. Cheers.